Kagura got exposed, the Wizard Saints got owned, and Natsu had cancer for like 10 seconds. So starting off with the whole thing with Natsu in this chapter, one of the things I felt that was problematic about it is that, yeah, it just happened and it ended already. At the end of the last chapter was when Natsu came in and he was knocked the hell out. This chapter we find out that he has a tumor in him, and it only took a few pages for him to be healed and he's resting now and stuff like that. I mean, it was a plot device in a sense for two different reasons. One for the development of Miss Brandish, and another one to keep Natsu out of the war up until probably the end when Acnologia shows up. We'll probably get like some epic Natsu getting out of bed saying, I'm all fired up to kick his ass. But, I mean, you just made it seem as though this was a big deal at the end of last week's chapter, only for it to be resolved within a few pages of the next chapter. It's kind of like, what was the point of drumming it up? And the whole thing with Miss Brandish's character, you could definitely see at this point she's gone from rogue to good girl because she did that to save Natsu. And I guess, like I said before, it's basically showing her character like, hey, you know, she did something good for the good guys now. You can trust her more, even though she just tried to fucking choke the shit out of Lucy. And did anyone else get some Walking Dead vibes of Morgan when she went back to her cell, like, put me back in the cell? I just imagine her saying, clear, kill me! And then the setup with Aquarius and Lucy with this chapter, I mean, I'm already past it. It is what it is as far as Aquarius returning. It's a little bit better the fact that it was just a short temporary thing and Lucy doesn't have her key already, but it's basically setting up a goal. And to be honest with you, the way Fairy Tail is shaping up, I don't see this mission to find Aquarius happening within the remainder of the manga. I think possibly what's going to happen at the end of the series, Lucy is going to be like, alright guys, well, I'm setting out to go find Aquarius now, and that's probably going to be Lucy's final moments in the Fairy Tail manga. I definitely see it ending off with Lucy going on another crazy adventure to go find Aquarius, because again, it could be all over the world, so it's kind of setting that up. And again, this isn't going to be wedged in between any of this crazy battle or anything like that. It's going to happen probably at the end of this war, and you know, we're not even going to be able to see it. But it's still cool, I guess, to showcase that Lucy's going to continue going on adventures. Like, that's what I'm really guessing is going to happen. Either that or somebody in the enemy group is going to find the key, and then throughout the war, Lucy's going to get her hands on it. What the fuck happened with the Kagura versus Demaria fight? Like, I was expecting Demaria to demolish this bitch, but their fight kind of turned into a quick ecchi joke, which it was like, what the hell? Like, I mean, it was like, yo, you got Kagura, which she's been proven aside from the shit with Erza to for the most part be like a ruthless savage, like, I'm gonna fuck shit up. And then you had Demaria that is like looking like supposed to be a beast or whatever, and she just kind of exposed her, you know, making her tits pop out, and it turned into a comedy ecchi scene. So I was a little bit disappointed with that. But then again, with a couple of events in this chapter, I've seen certain things from the people from Alvarez. I'm guessing Hiro wants to kind of save their big attacks for like the big grand fights or whatever. So that's probably why the Kagura fight was left as nothing but a joke. It's still disappointing because I was like, ooh, we could see some, you know, epicness here, but he wants to kind of hold off that. And likewise with the Serena fight, because I was really looking forward to seeing a little bit of a demonstration of Serena and what he can do. But I mean, it was epic, to be honest with you. Don't get me wrong, like, I'm actually really hyped about Serena right now. The fact that he didn't even need the other two people that he had. He took out the Saint Wizards all on his own. So like right there, that's some epic shit. That reminded me of like when Madara took out the Kages and shit like that. Like, that was ball stuff. Especially again, he did it by himself. He didn't need no help. So it's kind of like, all right, Serena, good shit there. But Hiro, why you had to skip the fight, bro? Why you had to do that for, son? I mean, again, I know it's because more than likely he wants to save up all his moves and all the revelations until the big fight that he's probably gonna have, which I'm guessing, because who's really left that could take on somebody of that stature and that strength? Maybe this could be a great opportunity for Guildarts to show up and have an epic fight. I'm just saying. And I'm kind of questioning at this point if the theory and the prediction in regards to Serena's identity being Yuri is probably even valid at this point, because at the end of the chapter, when Word was like, Pretched, Yuri, I'll see you soon, basically saying as if they're dead already. The only thing I can think of is that he already basically says like Yuri's dead, even though Serena is Yuri, is like, nah, the person I love is gone, you know, he's done. Or it could be that somebody took over Yuri's body, or it could just be that Serena again is somebody completely different. Because I mean, Ward would know if one of his all-time best friends is like, you know, right before him. He's not going to be blind to that fact. And with all that being said, honestly, the chapter could have been a great chapter because there were some epic moments in there. There were some pretty awesome things. I mean, again, showcasing Serena's amazing strength, but then at the same time, that kind of sets up for something that might be disappointing, because you got to think, if Serena on his own, unless it's some sort of weird technique that he did, or some sort of booby trap that they set up or whatever, if he did on his own taking out all the Saint Wizards, and somebody like, you know, a Gray or, you know, fucking Gajio comes in and owns him, then it's kind of like, this dude just took out the Saint Wizards on his own, the top dogs, and you're coming in and taking them out. So that's what kind of has me a little wary as well. Let it be at least guild arts and like he has an amazing fight with him. So yeah, I'm still gonna say that this was a good chapter because it had some good progression, but a couple of disappointing aspects in there. I mean, the Kagura fight, turned into an ecchi joke, and I really would have loved to see more of that fight instead of just like the next chapter, like they're all on the floor. It's like, come on, we could have get a little bit. And Natsu's tumor like being a couple pages long, like what the fuck. So maybe like a 7.5 for this chapter, 7.5. It was still a good chapter, but it could have been a great chapter. It could have been beyond. It's like, hero. But let me know what you guys thought of this chapter. What did you think about the whole tumor thing? Were you disappointed with that, or did you not really mind because it did set up for further things as far as Miss Brandish's character development and keeping Natsu out of the war? And are you hyped for Serena? Because regardless of what, I'm still very hyped for him. Like, he looked like a boss in this chapter, and I'm excited to see what he can do when he finally has his real big fight against whoever the hell Hero's gonna throw in there. And your overall thoughts of the chapter. Do you think Aquarius's key is going to be Lucy's final mission at the end of the manga, and that's how it's gonna end? But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed anything about this video, make sure to drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.